Silindelo was on that particular story for us yesterday. Today, covering the Cosatu and Saftu marches. They are painting the streets of South Africa red. They tell us they're marching and they're demanding that government takes action against what they're calling an economic meltdown in the country. To remind you, unions are calling for an end to the jobs bloodbath, rising living costs and poor governance. On that for us, as promised, Silindelo Masikane in Pretoria, joining us now with the latest as well. Slee, good morning to you in Pretoria. Without a doubt, going to be one of the biggest areas as far as this national shutdown is concerned. Slee, how are we looking at 18 after 7? Good morning.
Morning. Unfortunately, Gareth, I was about to speak to some working class, ordinary South Africans who are actually going into the bus right now. As you can see, it seems like a normal day here in the capital. We arrived just after 6:30 this morning, just before 7, and there's no traffic really on the roads. It seems people are going to work. We know that Santaco in particular has said that they're not going to participate in the strike. And so if the taxis are operating, if buses are operating, if trains are operating, that means that people who want to go to work are certainly going to do so. And so we know that this may be a first of its kind. This is the first time I hear of the two federations, being Cosatu and Saftu, essentially joining hands in this particular instance to take a stand against what we see to be the rising cost of living. They are saying that government needs to seriously intervene when it comes to issues around the cost of living. They've put out statements detailing what they want to see in terms of the petrol price going down, in terms of a basic income grant of around 1,500 Rand. And we know that various marches are going to take place across South Africa. It doesn't seem that there'll be anything perhaps in KZN as well as the Northern Cape, but as it stands right now, we know that workers and those who will be participating in the strike will be meeting here in for the Gauteng march. That is, they'll be meeting here in Pretoria, and they will be meeting at Burgers Park, which is where we are right now, and then marching to the union buildings. We know that NUPSO, which is another union, yesterday held its own march. Some of the workers actually slept over at the union buildings, and we understand that proceedings are expected, Gareth, to start at around 10 a.m. this morning.
Yeah, I see as well that small black businesses, including taxi associations, truck drivers and truck company owners, also set to join the march. And it's very interesting, Slee, that you mentioned that what we're not seeing is those who are striking as regarding the two buses and public transport sectors as well, while Slee tries to get a guest for us. Let's see if we can grab this guest. Slee, let's come back to you quickly.
Sikhona awungitshele bhuti uyazi nge-national shutdown?
Siyazi ngayo.
Uzobe uparticipate noma nizoyijoin?
Sizoyijoyina mara sayasama siyabuya.
Okay, yini nijoyinelani?
Ukuthi ama-price aphezulu, yonke into is expensive, and then asikhona ukusurvive because yonke imali sisebenzelayo siyayidla, akusana ukuthi ungayenza next.
Yeah, okay. Bhuti, wazongitshela nawe, are you going to participate in the national shutdown?
Snitten Nagias planning, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will. Afterward, yeah.
Afterward.
Yeah.
Okay, why do you want to join the shutdown?
Maybe because like the price is back to normal, and then recover into a normal lifestyle.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Sure. See you later. Sure.
Sense then, Slee, of what some people are saying. Glad you found someone else to talk to. I saw your guests walking off onto a bus. Why? Because people have jobs to get to, don't they? Because we know about the high cost of living. And there's an irony here, isn't there? And I'm sure you're going to talk about this later. The irony of this kind of protest is people staying away from work to discuss issues of unemployment, not earning enough money, the cost of living. It's not lost on some people saying the irony here is they're not going to work to protest about not having enough work to make enough money. What's government's response to this? Do we know if they're going to come out and receive memorandums? Do we know what government's response is going to be today?
What's interesting is that we saw a statement released by government yesterday in terms of essential workers and them not really being allowed to participate in the strike. Also saying that those who will choose to participate must bear in mind that the no work, no pay policy will then kick in. So it's quite interesting. I think there are very mixed reactions, Gareth, when it comes to this march that I've seen over the past couple of days. There are those who are in support of it. There are those who don't see the point of it because, one, there seem to be issues around the fact that there was a lack of consultation in terms of getting various structures to be able to mobilize their members or workers in civil society in general to participate in the strike. Others saying, but what then is the point? Because those who are mobilizing, such as the Federation of Cosatu, that is part of the Tripartite Alliance, has the ear of government. It's almost as though you're marching against an organization or a political party that's leading government, which you support and continuously ask South Africans to vote for into power. So I think it's going to be interesting, Gareth, for me to see what kind of numbers Saftu and Cosatu are going to be able to pull for this particular march, because for many the past 2 years have been very difficult. And if you're going to tell me that I'm not going to be paid today to participate in the strike, I think that's going to influence whether I'm going to come out here or not.
Yeah, very, very good point. Silindelo Masikane on that for us as far as Pretoria is concerned, with the national shutdown getting underway a little bit later this morning. Slee, for the moment, appreciate your time.